Welcome all my Venus and Taurus friends. Y'all are my consistent little lovers. So stay tuned as we go over what it's like to have your Venus and Taurus in your natal chart, as well as what it's like to date someone with a Taurus Venus. Thank you so much for finding this video. I really feel like the universe connected us for some reason. So if you are new to astrology and you have no idea where your Venus is, then have no fear. Just head on over to astro.com, click on charts and then extended charts, type in your birth information, and a nice little birth chart will appear. The Venus symbol in the natal chart looks like this. So if you already have your birth chart and you know that you are a Taurus Venus, then show some love for your Venus sign by hitting the like button right now. We are having a competition to see which Venus sign can get more likes out of all the Venus signs. So don't let those Venus and Aries beat you. So show your support with your Taurus Venus. So what exactly is Venus? Well, Venus is the planet of love and romance, money, beauty, art, and harmony. It is the planet of pleasure. Venus can tell you what you are attracted to. So what happens when you have the planet of love mixed with the beautiful energy of Taurus? Well, you get my sensual little lovers of the zodiac. So let's unravel some interesting things about Venus and Taurus. So as a child with this placement, you may have gotten the message early on to save money. These are the people that as adults, they can be like seriously a money magnet, okay? They know how to make it, save it, manage it, grow it. I mean, they can be phenomenal with money. Now, if they are not, and they're poor or they're in poverty or they're not good with managing money, then they may have some money blocks somewhere in their belief system, because these people are ready to build an empire, okay? They would love nothing more than to build that empire with a partner. They want that power couple vibe, like king, queen energy or something. They are real. And they want a real love. They can be relationship-oriented people. They can look for love when they're not in a relationship. And when they do get into a relationship, they want to feel with all 5 senses of you. I mean, they want to see you and listen to you and touch you and talk to you, and they want to smell you, and they just want all parts of you. If you are separated from a Venus and Taurus and you had an effect on their life, then it's very possible that they could still smell you or feel you even though you're not there. These people love everything to do with the 5 senses. Now, those with Venus and Taurus can be your family-oriented people. They can be quite traditional, when it comes to roles in the relationship, depending on the other aspects of their chart. And they can have certain expectations of the people that are involved in their relationship. So these natives can have a timeline, so to speak, like they have it all planned out, what they are going to do. So for example, for their life, they may have a plan that they know that they want to date their partner, then get engaged to their partner, then marry their partner, then have a baby. It's like they have a version of what love looks like to them. These natives crave stability. They want a reliable, dependable partner that is that they know is going to be there for them every night. And they like to have that consistent, stable job that they know is always going to be there for them. They don't like things that just abruptly go away. These are the people that may go into panic mode if they are randomly laid off from a job or abruptly fired from a job. They need consistency so that it produces this kind of sense of dependability. Now, for these natives, because Venus does rule their sign, they are going to learn a lot about themselves through their personal relationships. So when they are younger or before they learned some lessons around love, it's possible that they attract people that are opposite to them. So for example, they may have their stuff together. They are good with budgeting their money, but they meet and fall in love with someone who is frivolous with money, or who never has any money and is always broke, or has a bad credit score because they don't pay their bills. The ultimate lesson a Venus in Taurus has to conquer is learning discernment and learning what to and what not to accept in love and relationships. These are the people that do not necessarily move fast in relationships, okay? These are not your Venus and Aries, okay? A Venus in Taurus is more likely to grow in love. Taurus is the bull. They can be slow to make decisions, but once they do, they are slow to change. So these are the people that really like to get to know their partner and take time with their partner in order to merge. Taurus is an earth sign, and if you grow anything on earth, you have to give it time. You don't just plant the tomato seed one day and then get tomatoes the next. It's like a whole process. And Tauruses have the endurance to stay steadfast and make sure things follow through. A Venus in Taurus can be a heavily committed sign, especially if they know you are being loyal. They can definitely be loyal to you. It's almost like they are loyal to you until you give them a reason not to be. Now, this person can stick with a person or a relationship that is not the best for them. One of my guy friends, he has his Venus in Taurus, and let me tell you, he's got his crap together. He owns his own business. He has a great credit score. He's a really hard worker. He has that provider mentality. But he does nothing but attract these women that almost become dependent on him because they don't have their life together, or they don't work, or they don't know how to manage money. So he's had 3 significant relationships, but he got married to the last girl that he dated. Even though he had all of these complaints about her before getting married, he still went through with it, because Tauruses can stay with someone no matter what their faults are, okay? They want that reliability and consistency, so they are willing to sacrifice certain things to know that they have someone to come home to when they get off work. Now, he ends up divorcing this woman because he had these expectations of what a woman should do if he was providing, and she failed to meet these expectations. And even though she was not meeting them, he put up with it for years and years. This is his point of view. And he tried to make it work, but he felt from his perspective that it almost seemed like she was taking his loyalty for granted, she thought that he would actually never leave her and that she could do whatever she wanted, and he would always vent to me and tell me that she felt that he felt like she didn't appreciate him. And he said he felt like she was walking all over him, but it was his fault because he was laying down being the mat so she could do it. Now, they were together for a long time. I want to say something like 16 or 17 years. I mean, they weren't married this whole time, but from beginning of talking stage, dating stage, engagement stage, a total of 16 to 17 years. And when it got to the end of the relationship, Mr. Venus in Taurus loved himself and was not going to put up with someone that was not going to help him build his empire. But it took him 17 years in a relationship with someone to finally stand up for himself and say that I refuse to be with someone who doesn't appreciate me. So after the divorce, Mr. Venus in Taurus tried to date again. But what these natives find is it may be hard to date in the more modern world of dating, where things are casual and fun and roles mean different things to different people. I mean, these can be the people with the more traditional views, like the man provides and the woman takes care of the home kind of thing. It's not always like this, but it can happen. So if you have this placement, just please use discernment when dating. I mean, you are literally love, okay? You exude this love and beauty, and people can become very addicted to that. And a lot of people can attach to how patient and calm and steady and stable you are because they are missing that from their life. So not everyone that you attract will be good for you. You remind me so much of the earth, Taurus. You know, the earth is just beautiful and abundant and it gives so freely. And people come and use it and destroy it and pollute it. And people can do this to you, Taurus. But also, like the earth, you naturally attract abundance. I mean, just think about how abundant the earth is. There's millions of trees and birds and cars and humans. So you will get to that relationship where you get to build an empire with your partner. Some of you are lucky to find this early in life, but most of you will find it later in life. Just wait for someone who truly deserves you. You can be single and enjoy the luxuries of life without having to invest in a person. Now, you don't want to get old and think, dang, my whole life is gone and I've just been trying to find love this whole time. But you've been investing in the same person and going nowhere. You know, to a Venus and Taurus, time is success. They may think that 20 or 30 years of marriage is a success, or that you stuck with a company for 20 years. That's a success. I mean, you were able to push through everything and stick with something in a way that promotes security. So if a Venus and Taurus is investing time in you, you can be assured that they like you. You know, I will say these natives are not necessarily against partners being jealous or clingy. You know, they want to know their partner wants them, and they don't want to have a fear that their partner may leave. I mean, in fact, they don't even want to worry about it. They want to be faithful and you to be faithful and be with you the rest of your lives and get that part over with and then build your empire together. So they can see jealousy or clinginess as proof in your actions that you do care. Now, this is another thing. Tauruses pay attention to your actions, not your words. What are you doing? Not what are you saying. You can say you love me all you want. Are you being flaky? Are you investing in me? I mean, Tauruses pay attention to what you do. Now, these are the people that when they are in love, they will take care of you. They are the kind of people where it makes them happy to know that you are happy. And if you are a man with this placement, you may naturally be able to provide for a family, you know, and a woman with this placement may naturally want or attract a partner that is a provider. Now, these natives will cook for you, and they love it when you cook for them. Sorry, there's like a bug right here. Their hearts can definitely be through their stomachs with this placement. Really, honestly, all Tauruses love is good sex, good food, and good company. I heard that somewhere, and honestly, it just always stuck with me because it's true. They want you to be their best friend. You know, they are not going to do well with a partner that has this vibrant social life and is like someone that's always out with their friends. A Venus in Taurus is going to want your love and attention and affection. Now, one of my most favorite parts of Taurus energy is the fact that they are laid back and chill in some kind of ways. Like, they are patient. These are the people that are just going at their own pace. Like, you really can't force a Taurus to do anything. You know, they have their timeline, and don't worry, they are implementing it, whether it looks that way to the outside or not. Tauruses are not afraid to work behind the scenes, and they can be getting their ducks in a row to make some big decision without anybody knowing it. They are slow and methodical when it comes to making big life decisions. They are not the ones to just make a swift choice in life and just kind of ride the wave of consequences. No, they are going to look at all possible perspectives and make a decision that they are comfortable with. Now, I have found that Venus and Taurus people can be just quite charming individuals, and they can really be easygoing communicators. You know, in my last video of Venus and Aries, I was talking about how Venus and Aries might not want to deal with like the emotional parts of their relationship, you know. Like, they may just want to sweep things under the rug just to kind of not be burdened by things. But Venus and Taurus is not like that, okay? They want to communicate things. They want to fix things. Taurus is a fixed sign, so they do not necessarily want to change relationships or change jobs. Now, one hidden fact about some that have their Venus in Taurus is that they can be hoarders sometimes. These people just love beautiful things, and they may collect things that they find beautiful. But now, you know, they don't go into debt or anything buying things that they love. And you know, a side note, ding ding, someone with a Venus in Taurus is going to love the finer things in life. I mean, they are going to love good food and great smelling perfume or cologne. They are going to love beautiful art. You know, they are the ones that's willing to spend a little bit more money on a certain blanket just because it feels better to them. And they attract beauty. You know, it's not necessarily going to be that they have to blow all of their money trying to live outside their means and compete with others. No. These people don't want to be in debt, okay? So they are able to attract money to cover these things, especially later on in life. And actually, another thing that I want to add. You know, these people can stick by someone through thick and thin and be in relationships like way long past their expiration date. But I will say, when a Venus in Taurus has had enough, they've had enough. And their cutoff game is strong. And if you get cut off by a Venus in Taurus, like, you may feel like it's ghosting, but a Venus in Taurus just doesn't see it. You know, they don't see it this way. They don't see the point in investing their time and energy into something or someone that is not going to live up to their expectations or standards. And it sounds cutthroat, but it's really not. I mean, these little Tauruses are Venus. Like, they don't hate others. They don't hate you for being who you are. They just want to find their compatible match for the long haul, and they don't feel like you are. So they're not going to waste energy towards it. Now, if you become a lover of a Taurus Venus, don't become alarmed if you start to date and it takes a minute for your Venus and Taurus to open up. They open up more the more time goes on, the more that they feel safe and secure, and they'll just kind of naturally bloom. And they will take care of you and most likely spoil you. Venus in Taurus sets the bar high for other signs after you date them. I mean, it's almost impossible to leave them because they do such a dang good job at paying attention to you and noticing things about you and taking their time to getting to know you and buying gifts for you. And now Tauruses usually have the love language of physical touch. These are the people that definitely want to snuggle with you at night, and they want to be touching you. They just feel so connected when your bodies are touching. But they also can have aspects of the other love languages as well. Some tips when dating a Venus in Taurus is to look good, smell good, and go out to dinner and have good food and have a good conversation and keep things slow and don't be reckless. Have ambition and know what you want to accomplish in this life. And you can have a Venus in Taurus eating out of your little hand if you do these things. But don't be fake about it, like if you don't naturally have these traits, don't try and fake it just to get a Venus in Taurus because you like what they have to offer. Just leave them alone. These are some good people and relationships, and they deserve the best when it comes to love. Now, one of the shadow aspects of this trait is they can love to stay in their comfort zone, not really wanting to get uncomfortable. Venus rules our comforts in life. But eventually, these natives will have to work through this, and they're going to have to step out of their comfort zone and step into the life that they do want. So maybe it's something like staying single for a while and really showing discernment when dating and knowing your value and your self-worth, to not just settle on someone just because you crave that relationship dynamic. Or maybe quitting your stable job to begin your own business that will ultimately catapult you into success so you can have much nicer things in life. You will face stepping out of your comfort zone at least once in life with this placement. So let me hear, what is it like to have your Venus in Taurus? I love Taurus placements. Y'all are the calm to my little Scorpio storm. So let's look at some celebrities that have their Venus in Taurus. You have Johnny Depp, Jessica Alba, Ariana Grande, Al Pacino, Kanye West, John Wayne, Lana Del Rey, and Princess Diana. So you can see some very beautiful people made it to the list. Now, I put out astrology videos every Sunday, and we just finished up a series of Pluto throughout the houses. So if you have your birth chart and you want to know why your soul came here, then consider watching one of those videos to discover what you came here to do. They are absolutely fascinating videos. Now, we are currently doing a series of Venus throughout the signs. And don't forget the contest, okay? Because you want to see which Venus sign gets the most love from all of their natives. And Tauruses, you are literally Venus, so you should have the most love. Anyways, thank you again for joining me as we unpacked what it is like to have a Venus in Taurus. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Mwah.